TV networks or personalities don't... Oh, no! That was close. Don't say a bunch of stuff like that, because they'd lose ratings if they did. That's how the business works. It's the same thing with the internet. You say the things that you think you can get away with. And more to the point, when it comes down to stuff that I say, a lot of people started following my channel because I had a reputation for not mincing words. If I then started to mince words, then people would stop following my channel. Is there a responsibility? I think the responsibility comes in accuracy. I think you have a responsibility to tell the truth. If that truth is ugly and people don't like it, that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. But you do have a responsibility not to lie to people. So I think, you know, that's the biggest deal. Oh, this is probably going to be risky. Oh, it's a hit. Nice. Bombardier doing work. Yeah. On the subject of getting into arguments and things like that, I think people really do need to remember that everyone that you follow on YouTube was once just like you, and most of them don't really feel like they need to change that. Most of them don't want to change it. They did certain things, and in doing certain things, they ended up becoming internet famous, and why change that now, you know? That's the fact, that's how a lot of people think. Some people don't think that way, and that's cool. That's fine if they... Ugh, no. If they have the ability to actually separate themselves entirely and detach themselves, then, you know, that's probably great for them. Some of us don't have that ability, and probably never will. It's just not how we're wired. So I think that's something that people really have to consider there. And there's every now and again where I'll look at something I've said online, I'm like, I shouldn't have said that. That was pretty stupid. Do I feel like I've, like, let my fans down in the process of doing so? No, generally don't. Again, unless I'm just horribly wrong and have misled people, which is extremely rare. And when I do that, I usually come out and flat out apologize for it. Okay, what else? Zozjigi. What is your opinion about the living story stuff they're doing every 2 weeks in Guild Wars 2? Great idea. Like, it's a really cool way to keep people that are already into the game interested in it. It's not a way to get new players in, though, which is what kind of concerns me. If they want to really draw people back to the game, how do they plan on doing that? Probably with an expansion pack, I would imagine. That seems like the way they're going to do it. But I'm really glad that they're doing stuff which is obviously appealing to their current player base. Oh, son of a bitch. I personally don't care about it. Again, I don't play Guild Wars 2 anymore. Darstar. If at some point in the future Jesse would ask you to be his best man and give a speech, what sort of approach would you take? Funny, serious, cynical, or something else? What do you think? What do you think? Come on. What do you think? I would take a pretty damn ridiculous approach, and I think you know that. Sweet, I've kept all my special weapons on the field, with the exception of the one that went down, so I'll take that. Things are about to get very interesting on the front lines. Yes, yes. Did we... I think we lost our Bombardier, though, our other Bombardier. Yeah, we lost a star player. That sucks. Guess he got horribly injured. Oh. Timeout, ban Eggy82. You are shrunk to the height of a nickel and thrown into a blender. Your mass is reduced so that your density is the same as usual. Blades start moving in 60 seconds. What do you do? How the fuck would I know? Probably just panic and die. Most likely. I don't have an interesting answer to that one because it's a ridiculous question. I got nothing. I'm sorry, I got nothing on that one. Not a thing. Zip. Nata. What's your favorite color? From Zethjack, that has and probably always will be dark purple. I like dark purple, it's a cool color. Black coming in second. Falcon FC, how did you come to be the frontman for PlanetSide 2? SOE just kind of asked, do you want to come and see the game? Because they watch, most of them watch my channel anyway, and they also knew that I was very into the original PlanetSide, so it made sense. And then after that, there's like, look, we want to we're looking to do a presentation at E3, and we're looking for a frontman for it. Would you be interested in doing it? Here's what we're offering. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, for one thing, it was a way for me to get into E3, because E3 is notoriously difficult to get into for people on YouTube for some stupid reason. Don't tell me I seriously... Oh, for the love of... Oh, did I do damage there? Or did... Who got casualty there? Do we both get casualties? I don't know what the hell happened there, but my troll's left now, so... The hell? I don't even have an explanation for what just happened there. My troll just disappeared off the field and doesn't appear to be in my box at all. Oh, no, there he is. He's right there. Why the hell did he get sent off there? No, whatever. Yeah, so it really came down to that. It was fairly simple. Past association with PlanetSide, big YouTube channel, commentary experience. That's kind of what they were looking for. These aren't real names. Are you going to play Crusader Kings 2 with Northern Lion and Obliterate him? Nope, I had no intention of playing Crusader Kings 2. I've heard cool things about it, but no, I don't want to play that game. It's not really something I'm all that interested in at this stage. Maybe sometime I get roped into it, but it won't be today. Dudes Abandon, if you had to go on Deus Ex, doesn't matter which game you chose, style adventure, which two people would you choose to be your hacker and your pilot? Right. These weird questions I never have answers to, honestly. I'm really bad at this kind of stuff. I have no idea. Like, I'm not going to pretend that I would know. It's just a really weird question, so... No. I want to say, I got a funny and interesting answer for you, but I don't. So, fuck. No, I don't know. Sorry, I can't answer questions like that. Subidubidubidoo. Are you still playing Scrolls? If so, any chance of a new video? And I'm currently not playing Scrolls. I probably will when they patch the new deck in, and I'll probably take a look at that. I actively played it for a good couple of weeks and then stopped playing it. That happens a lot with games. I just don't have the time. Or maybe I just don't feel like it, and I just want to play like more Dota or more of another game. So, yeah, I'll do a coverage of the Decay deck and see how that plays, and then we'll see how that goes from there. Darstar again. Which countries have you visited? What countries would you like to visit? I have visited Scotland, Wales, Canada, America, Italy, France, Estonia, Malta, Germany, Finland, Sweden. Is that it? I think that's it. Belgium, Luxembourg. I kind of just went through them. I don't know if that really counts. Well, I didn't really just go through Belgium. Denmark. Yes. I've been to Denmark. Where else have I been? I've been to Holland. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Which ones would I like to go to? I would like to go to Japan. If I didn't have to fly to it. Australia kind of seems cool, but it just seems like a hotter, upside-down version of America, so maybe not. Japan looks really interesting. I would love to check that out. So, yeah. That's on the list of countries. Yes. Who's your favorite author? That's common knowledge. That's Terry Pratchett. How did you meet Zook? Jen was raiding with him in a guild. Insidia, you may know them. Fairly famous guild. He used to be part of Insidia. I think he still is, actually, but I don't think he plays actively. And as a direct result, we knew him through that, and he did some graphic design stuff, and we're like, oh, he seems good at this, and he needed a job, so we gave him a job. It's really as simple as that. We've met a lot of useful people through WoW. It shouldn't actually surprise all that many people, honestly, that you find useful people in World of Warcraft through raiding. It's like, oh, this guy can dedicate to a schedule, this guy can work as a team, this guy can basically do a job for hours at a time and remain focused. Those are all useful attributes. Very useful attributes, as it turns out. Alright, what else have we got? My guy should be able to get out of there. Favorite Halloween costume? Bees. Always with the bees. Whether they be sexy or dangerous, it is the bees. It's from Alaska Winter 923. That was the best thing I could come up with. Jesus. When and how did you find OC Remix from Loadstainer? I think I found it when they did their Doom Remix album, and I read about it on a forum. Actually, was that forum World of Warcraft Radio? Yeah, I think it was, actually. Yeah, it was WoW Radio forums. They did their Doom Remix album, and I looked at that. This is not going to go well either way, is it? No. Apparently, Fanatics don't have dodge. So this doesn't matter regardless of what I do, because he has block anyway. So there you go. Well, that's him injured. Again. My entire team is getting obliterated. Again. Why am I surprised? I'm not. Not at this stage. Hell, goblins are hard to play. Jesus. No, I'm not going to be able to make that throw successfully, so... Am I far enough away from the enemy? Nope. There we go, I'll make that. Why not? And then maybe I can leap him out. Wow. Regardless of which way I leap, I'm still going to be in a fucking tackle zone. He's dodging stunty. It's probably best for him to just run for it. Yeah, it is. There we go. Why didn't you kill little Skittles? I assume some kind of dark sorcery, Bloodstainer. I don't know. I tried. I really tried. For some reason, I just couldn't kill that fucking skink. And it annoys me greatly. Greatly. I got a -3. Wow, Jesus. A -3. That's impressive dice rolling on a D6. Good lord. I don't know. We'll see what happens next season when he does his Underworld team. I need to practice more gobos because, Jesus, I'm bad at them. Let's see. Will Sean plot Day 9 ever appear on the podcast? Ninflix? Maybe. I mean, I don't see why not. There's no real reason not to have him on. It's just more the time he's always busy, so... Getting him on anything is very, very difficult. You know, he's not even on stuff like State of the Game anymore. He doesn't have the time. So getting him on a non-StarCraft related thing, that's a bit of a trickier proposition. I am stuck in a corner. I'm going to have to attempt to pass in the leap, and it's going to fail. Where's the ball going? Oh, it's going all the way over there, next to the Beast of Nurgle. All right, well, at least they're not going to run it in. Lost Frost. What do you think about people commentating on games they have little to no knowledge of? Depends in what capacity. There are times when that's absolutely fine, and then there are times when it very clearly isn't. If it's in an esports capacity and you don't have at least a working knowledge of the game, then you're not going to do it very well. You can still do play-by-play, but you still need a working knowledge of the game. It also comes down to the fact that most commentators don't know when to stop. They have no idea what the limitations are, and they refuse to actually work with their co-commentator in a way that makes sense, and they hog the mic, and they end up sounding like idiots. That's a problem. That's something I try and avoid doing. I think I'm pretty good at that. For the most part. For PR purposes, whatever. Like, you often get, in events, you often get famous commentators for PR reasons, because you want to try and attract more people to the game, and that's actually fine. But if it's esports, then you need to at least have some kind of basic working knowledge of it. Some people would claim that I do not have a basic working knowledge of StarCraft 2. That is clearly not the case, but hey, you know how that goes with people. This is not going to go well any way I do it, is it? Nope. Not at all. That's 2 tackle zones. Oh shit, they have tentacles, don't they? This was a bad idea! At least there's not a turnover. Can I dodge out of this? Go! Dodge and stunty, always the way. Can't mark a gobbo. There we go. Got like 4 guys left on my team. Okay. What else we got? I'll probably wrap this up in the next 20 or so minutes. If the opportunity presents itself, will Axiom expand to other games? We wouldn't have the money. Like, Axiom exists because there was a situation in Korean StarCraft that we wanted to resolve. And I don't know if I'd even go to another game with it. Like, if Axiom StarCraft dissolved, for instance, I don't see a reason to Axiom anything else. It costs a fortune as well, you know. Again, it's a big passion project for us, so I don't have a passion for any other games. Dota's pretty cool, but, you know, picking up a Dota team, probably not. So, no, it's unlikely. What's your favorite thing to do in your free time? From Zaranta, mostly watch stuff on Netflix. Gaming is not something I do all that much in my free time. When I do it, I usually play competitive multiplayer stuff. I have lost the ability to play single-player stuff. I don't know what happened, but I just can't do it anymore in my free time. So, I usually play Dota or StarCraft or PlanetSide. Sometimes I'll play a little bit on the console, not too much. And then I will play... Alright, let's try and get rid of this guy. Fucking goblins. Oh, man. But, yeah, I'll watch stuff on Netflix. Currently watching Orange is the New Black. It's really good. I dip into Breaking Bad on very rare occasions. I'm only in Season 2 right now. Like, I just can't deal with the stress. I'm sorry. It's too much bullshit. It's like, my life's stressful enough as it is. I don't need this. And, like, I'll very, very rarely watch some anime. Right now I'm watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on Blu-ray, and it's awesome. But it's so, so rare for me. I'll find... They're going to score on turn 16, aren't they? God, every time. Every fucking time. What is it with the AI scoring on turn 16? Jesus. I don't know how they do it, but I'm pretty sure they're cheating. What's his agility? 3. He's probably going to successfully dodge. I'll have to blitz him. And hope for the best. At least I can push him. Alright, well, he has to do, in that position... No, he doesn't have to do 2 tackle zones, but that may have extended it long enough that he won't be able to reach the end zone without falling over. So that's kind of a plus. And in theory, if he wants to go this way, I could maybe make this work. I gotta do 2 go-for-it rolls, which I succeed in doing, so... Alright, I think he now has to go through 2 tackle zones, so I might be able to stop him scoring. Maybe. Just maybe. No point in any of my other guys getting up. If you had to choose an apocalypse, which one would you choose? This from Zinthar. Oh, that's the mild problem. He KO'd him! The AI is a cheater. Fucking cheating AI bullshit. Look at this. Clearly cheating. Okay. Apocalypse. I don't know. 80,000 gold wins? Are you kidding me? Jesus. I don't know, it'd probably be Kaiju, because then maybe we build Jaegers and be awesome. Nuclear apocalypse sounds like a pretty bad way to go. For what we've seen in that respect, society tends to go to shit. That and the weather's terrible. Do you think StarCraft 2 viewership is dying? That's from Liz Jeff. I don't think it's growing. I don't think it's dying necessarily, but I definitely don't think it's growing. I think there's plenty of proof to suggest that. We see mild increases on the viewership of WCS America right now, and I think that's only because they moved over to NASL, which I think does a more fun show. So more people tune into that. They've got more accomplished commentators. They've got they do more fun stuff, and I think that attracts more people, especially more casual viewers. To that point, only really the hardcore viewers are watching WCS NA. So there's a mild growth there, but WCS EU doesn't seem to have grown at all. In fact, it seems to have slightly shrunk. If the finals go over 100k, I'd be very surprised. I mean, not only will they probably clash with TI3, maybe they don't, but maybe they do. It depends on the timing. But they will also run into a problem of not being MVP versus Stefano, which is like the match to watch. Right now they have 6 Protoss, a Terran, and a Zerg. Actually, do they still... I need to look at the scores because some guys were playing earlier. Let's see who's still in it. So alright, so MMA beat Hazawobs, MC beat Wellmu, Duck Duck beat Naniwa. Okay, so... Oh, look! It's Koreans! Shock horror! MMA versus MC is going to be a fantastic match to watch, and that could go either way. So I'm going to see either Grubby or Vortex going into Duck Duck. So they've actually knocked 2 Protoss out, but that still leaves potentially 3 Protoss in the round of 4. And Grubby's currently winning versus Vortex, I think. So I'm just going to double check and see what's going on the stream right now. Currently 58k viewers, which I mean it's not bad, but TI3 hasn't started yet. So I think Europe's going to get the better end of this. Yeah, it's currently 2-1. Europe will definitely get the best viewership and I think it's going to be an order of magnitude this time around. I think TI3 is going to kill WCS NA. Okay. I don't think we got any levels up, did we? No, we got 2 injuries. It doesn't really count. Oh, man. That's bad. But no, I do think we're stagnating in a really bad way. And without these really big, cool live events in NA, we're probably not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. So that kind of sucks. Doesn't mean that, you know, we're still the 3rd most popular esport, which is great, don't get me wrong, but I think growth has been horribly stifled by WCS, and it hasn't helped the scene in any way. In fact, it's done the opposite. What else have we got? S2, who made Heroes of New Earth, are making a new game called Strife. It's a dumbed-down League of Legends. What are your thoughts about this game? God, more MOBA games. I'm going to be honest, like, having done a lot of free shit for S2, I have also seen S2 being horribly incompetent, and that bothers me greatly. And I'm just genuinely concerned that as a direct result... Oh, he's got strength of 6, wow. I'm really concerned that as a direct result of that, we will end up seeing another kind of terrible S2 game. I really just want them to go back and make Savage. Make Savage 3, don't fuck it up as much as you did Savage 2, and then just go from there. That would have been, that's a better thing for you to do. But apparently they don't want to do that, so there you go. I don't think that S2 have some interesting ideas, but they're always mismanaged, I feel, so... I think they got a little bit unlucky with Hon, honestly. Like, by all rights, Hon should have probably kind of won the fight there, and then Dota comes along and says, oh, we do everything Hon does, but you don't have to pay for it, and then Hon says, oh, okay, we're gonna do that as well, and then it's too late, we're dead. Yeah, that kind of sucked. It's not like Hon was a bad game. It's just that it lost, you know? That someone had to lose that battle, and it was Hon. I have no interest in Strife whatsoever. And I think dumbing down MOBAs is not a good way of doing things. Like, right now, the MOBA genre is getting stupidly oversaturated. That's assuming you even call it the MOBA genre. I still call it Dota-likes. But I don't see it doing all that well. I actually want companies to stop making Dota-style games immediately because there's so many of the fucking things, and they're all bad. Stop, please. This is not the new thing. People want to play League, and they want to play Dota, and they want to play a bit of Smite, and that's it. They don't want to play your stupid clone. Stop it. Stop it. Will we get Santa Baby Part 2 of the music video this year? Definitely not. Not gonna happen. Saraman, 100 Jesse-sized ducks or 100 duck-sized Jessies. Fuck you. Cynical Sid. Zook said he wants to make a cooking show while in America. Would you make a cameo on it? Probably. My last cameo on a cooking show went super well, so let's replicate that. Yes, I think I would probably do a cameo on it, mostly just to piss him off. I'm very good at that. Okay, what else have we got? Any interest in hitting up MagFest in January? Music and gaming festival has a massive arcade and console area, features live performances. Oh, Black Mages play there. They're awesome. Maybe. I don't know, I've never really considered going to MagFest before. Maybe I'd do it. I don't see why not. Do you feel the overall transition towards free-to-play models in gaming is a good thing, perhaps due to increased accessibility, or that the trade-off in a potential drop is a drop in quality and content not worth it? That's from Dr. Do-A-Lot. The problem with the transition to free-to-play is that it inherently limits the number of games you can kind of play at once because they all have a stupid progression system in them. So as a direct result, what tends to happen is, yes indeed, you guessed it, people have to dedicate their time and money to one particular title and can't really dedicate to another, so it ends up being awful for them. So for me, it's actually very bothersome. You'd think that, you know, as someone that has a lot of disposable income to spend on gaming, free-to-play would be great. It's fucking not. It's actually dreadful. Like, I don't have the time or the inclination to do this. Even with a lot of free-to-play models, you still have to kind of work your way towards a bunch of stuff. I just want that stuff now, yeah? Just let me use that now. I don't have the time for your bullshit. I don't want to play for 40 hours. I don't want to, oh, I've got to get a boost to do it. It's like, oh, come on. I want to use the guns I want to use. I don't want to have to use guns that I don't want to use in order to get them. I mean, that in itself is actually a problem, I feel, with just FPS in general right now. So I do not see the transition to free-to-play being good at all right now. I really don't. It's good for certain titles. It makes sense for certain multiplayer games. It makes a whole lot of not sense for other games. And I am very worried about where that's going. I do think that pay-as-you-go is a good option. The ability to, say, play a quarter of the campaign, because most people don't finish video games. Why should I pay $60 for something I don't finish? Yeah, I know that's my responsibility, but wouldn't it be nice if that wasn't the case? And actually, with iOS, funnily enough, Capcom is actually doing a stellar job of using that business model, and it's working really well for them. And I'm really happy, and I don't know why I'm doing this. This is gonna fail. I don't even care about my Goblin team anymore, sorry. Alright, let's do the last couple of questions, then wrap this up. Did I ever beat Fire Emblem Awakening? Nope. Will I? Hopefully. Have you seen the wonderful 101 material that was released today? Nope. Will I watch it? Yep, because that looks like an amazing game, and everything Platinum does is just that. They're called Platinum for a damn reason. Awesome, awesome. What do you think of Infinite Crisis? Currently, it's boring, and it doesn't offer anything new. Maybe that will change. The strength of its license is definitely there, but since I don't care enough about DC, it to me isn't really a big deal. They're going to have to do something different for me to actually play Infinite Crisis. We know that you've played a little bit of Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, that's not a question. I have played a little bit of Kerbal Space Program. I haven't played enough of it to give you an assessment, though, and considering the rabid community around that game, if I made any video where I got even a slight thing wrong with it, then the chances are I would probably be run off the internet. Okay. And last question. Is Jeff, would you consider casting Goat 2 at any point in time? Yeah, I would consider it, because watching the TI3 stuff, I actually am excited to watch that game. And that's kind of the difference between me casting that and anything else. There's 3 games that I like watching. Well, actually, that's not true. There's 4 games I like watching. There is Street Fighter 4, StarCraft 2, Dota 2, and Quake Live. Those are the 4 games that I like watching, and as a result, the 4 games that I would consider at some point casting. And it really is that simple. I don't cast stuff that I don't enjoy in some way. Even Shoot Mania I actually did enjoy to some degree, even though that was, you know, a paid gig very much so for Ubisoft. I've got to enjoy it in some way, otherwise I just won't do it. Simple as that. I have that freedom. And I damn well if I will not exploit that freedom. This is dumb, why am I doing it? I'm not even paying attention to the game anymore, as you can probably tell. Okay, that wraps us up, folks. I'll probably do one of these every month, I think. That seems like a fairly sensible way of doing things, so seems like a good way. I don't want to overdo it because, again, we'll just get the same questions over and over again, but thank you very much for watching, and of course, thanks for your support as subscribers. Very much appreciated. I'll see you next time.